If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
This is Joe.
And it's the holiday season. And
Holiday season.
whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
I hope y'all had a good holiday, since I think this is the first you'll be hearing from us. So I hope the last holiday was good, and you know what, we'll be close to another one. So we've got a little bit of stuff going on, checking in on our wish list, and seeing if there's anything on that wish list we want to talk to Santa about. But we'll get to that later in the pod. So yeah, before we get in, what's up, Joe? Anything cool happen?
No. I already got my Santa gift, but it was more so an in-person purchase. What I would ask for might have been different than the book I got that day.
Well, you can still ask them.
I could still ask them. And then I just wanted to say I'm so grateful for this hobby, bro. I'm trying to buy a pair of shoes, and that culture sucks. Comic book collecting is so much cooler than shoe collecting.
Yeah, and the people who buy the cards and stuff, it seems like a real nightmare compared to comics too.
Yeah, so this is the best hobby to be in, and I'm grateful.
Facts. There's plenty to be grateful about. Let's see if we're grateful for anything that we did clock in on our wish list up at the beginning of the year. If you want to check in on that episode, we'll likely be doing another one of those pretty soon since we're not that far from the new year. Time's a flying. So we'll have a new wish list coming out. Maybe it'll be some of the same books. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But you know what? I've got both of our lists here. I could just run them both down. We could discuss from there. We'll just start with you because I got yours first. So you listed 5 books. I will say I've listed like 8 probably because I less defined loose lists. But you wanted a giant size X-Men 1. You wanted a Amazing Spider-Man 14. You wanted a Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane issue 1. A Showcase 9, the first Silver Age Lois. Well, solo series. Well, tryout. Never mind. Sorry. A lot of disclaimers. And then Flash 110, Wally West, Weather Wizard. You were not able to get any of those. You got way different books. So you want to clue us in on you got books on these levels. You just got different books. So just refresh for people. What did you actually end up with and how do you feel about not getting any of these books?
That's a sick list of books. So I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't just stick to my heart, But in the same breath, I'm not upset because the books I got might arguably be cooler. Just I wasn't expecting to get those books for that price. So
yeah,
I know giant size X-Men is going to be, it's not on my Santa list at the end of the year, but it is one of my priorities going into next year. But what I ended up getting was actually a first Wolverine.
Yeah, Hulk 181, first full Wolverine.
And then I was going to pair that with the Lois issue 1, but then Berger sent me a listing for the first Invincible. And I figured that was kind of like a now or never moment where Lois issue 1 is the floor is already kind of established for that book and the ceiling. So yeah. I figured it'd be easier to get that book later. As far as the Flash book, I got a Gorilla Grodd this year, interestingly enough. So I was able to get one of the 2 Flash books I wanted. I wanted the Wally Moore, but I haven't seen one in person.
No, I saw a decent deal on eBay. I thought about shooting over to you, but I know that you guys have heard. But yeah, I mean, you got good books this year. I mean, on par with the books that you're desiring here.
For sure.
What's funny is
Green Goblin is a book that you actually got.
Yeah,
and I don't think I could have
list.
got a giant size issue on Lois and a Green Goblin.
No, but I think you were doing this under the guise of the work stuff check that hits, and you're just like, this is my budget.
Yeah, and then what was the last book I missed on?
Showcase 9.
Dang. I actually did see one of those this year, but it was the wrong time. It was a really nice copy. I want to say say like 6 or higher. It could have been like an 8 at our Knights of Columbus, but
Oh yeah.
he wanted 1,400 cash, and I didn't bring that on me. and,
Hell no.
and I just bought those other two books, so I was just like, okay, it's just the wrong time. But to be
No.
honest, like an 8.0 of that Showcase 9 is worth well over 1,400. It's just you got to be really prepared to buy a book like that.
Yeah, you got to put some thought into it. But yeah, I mean, these are all, I mean, you were kind of looking at being happy to get one of any of these, but I'd say you got like two books that are like exactly like equal with those. So I think you made out good. I think, how much of this you think is going to stay on track for next year? Do you think any of these stay on the list?
I do think I get the giant size, and I do think I get the either the Showcase or the lowest, one of the two.
That'd be cool. You know what's funny is I actually have all but one of the books on your list. I don't have a Showcase 9. That's cool though.
You might as well just round it out.
They're kind of hard to come. I mean, they're hard to come by. It's not a book you could sift through and really sit on. It's not like that many come up. Gotta keep your eyes peeled if you want to get a deal. 'Cause there are a lot, bro. Some early Showcase. You'd think like people are like, oh, Superman's boring, so like why would they like Lois? But like that book goes.
What's funny is my wife was laying on the couch while I was playing Pokemon, and she's like, "Oh, eBay notification, Showcase 9 just went up." I guess
Oh
she was
shoot.
like looking at them for me at one point in time and probably forgot she was watching it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess like they're not getting cheaper.
No.
And then, question for you: what is the better book, the
Between
issue one or the Showcase?
I would want to say it's the Showcase since it's like her first like Silver Age like solo series tryout. But first solo issue and the cool cover. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like they both go for a decent amount, but I think the floor on the Showcase is a little higher, to be honest. So it might be that one if you just want to go earlier. But I mean, if you want a first solo series over the first just like tryout, like I get that. Like, would you rather have an Aquaman one or a Showcase 30 or
They're
whatever?
both such great books. The hard part, I agree, is that the Showcase 9 does edge it out a little bit, but I have every single key issue other than issue one for the Lois Lane series, so it would be pretty cool. And it's got the slightly better cover.
It's pretty cool. Like in the story, Superman actually is like eating like salt shakers and stuff in front of Lois and like dissing her dinner that she made, but like eating like random objects. It was pretty sick. And then obviously later on, she turns into a witch, just like the cover. Pretty cool. It's classic. I got mine a long time ago, and back then I wasn't even that big a Superman guy, so it was just kind of like a weird pivot at that point. But I feel like it was good for building the character of the box. Also, it was just cheaper back then. I had the foresight to be like, this ain't getting cheaper. Sometimes you just gotta stick and move.
Well played, Burger.
Thank you. You want to talk about some of this stuff I got on my list?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. So, mind you, I got a few more than you because I always just ramble. But I had Marvel Spotlight 5, a perennial contender on this list. I'll always want one, but I was even just checking prices like before the pod, and bro, the floor is still too high. I saw like a 1.0 going for like 370. Granted, that may not be what they're selling for, but like people are asking a lot. I don't know how I'm going to talk them down like half. Saying a fantasy football trade, bro. I don't know how I'm going to get this deal done, but they're expensive.
What book?
Marvel Spotlight 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those
Ghost
are
Rider.
tough. Those are tough.
And then these weren't in a particular order, but Tomb of Dracula 10, First Blade, which you did happen to get this year. So you got one off my list. I got one off your list. Weird how that works, you know, time and place. But Star Spangled War Stories 101, I mean, this is lesser on the list because it's just G.I. Robot. And it's not like I'm some like super fan, but I do like that it's a first appearance of him and it's a sick dinosaur war cover. I like that Star Spangled War Stories run where they're just fighting dinosaurs. That's sick. That appeals to the child in me. I'm like, oh hell yeah, guns and dinosaurs. But another one on the list, Strange Tales 89 for Fiend Fang Boom. Those are really expensive too. I feel like when I first started collecting, I probably could have got one for a price I'd be comfortable paying today, of course. But now they're just like almost double that. So we'll see if we get lucky. Stuff happens, bro. I had Amazing Spider-Man 14 on my list. I did manage to get that. Didn't expect to get that when I said that, but it just worked out like literally a month after we put out that episode, like it happened. So I don't know, man. X-Men 12, Juggernaut. This one's kind of fallen off my radar because I feel like they're somehow like, while a lot of the top 10 issues are kind of getting a little bit cheaper, like 12 is like going up, and I thought it was coming down. So I was like, oh, maybe I could snag one, but I keep seeing some silly prices on those. And then Wonder Woman 105. It's the origin, kind of ties into issue 98 with the first Silver Age Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl intro stuff. Got a cool cover of like a hawk eating like a space shuttle. But I mean, those are actually more attainable than I thought. I just didn't end up getting one. I think maybe in the next year, if finances are looking all right, like this isn't going to be like a crazy big purchase, at least compared to some of these on the list. So there's a chance I could sneak one of those in there, but then I'll have like two whole Wonder Woman books, but they'd be the good ones, some of the good ones to have if you collect Silver Age stuff for her. I don't know. I mean, if we're trying to make my list more realistic for next year, I would say that like half of these wouldn't be on here. I'd have to aim lower, but lately I've been kind of just like a wanderer and a vagrant, just not knowing what I want to purchase next because my main goal was 3 through 20 of Spider-Man and I accomplished it. So now I'm just kind of looking at whatever's the best deal lately. So it's hard to really pin down a book I want to target when I'm just kind of going with the flow lately, just seeing like what makes sense for the collection, but is also a good deal, right time, right place. Because I didn't plan on half the books I got this year. Spider-Man 14 was like really the only one that I wanted to get, didn't think I would, but actually did. Like I got stuff like Zod instead and like the first appearance of Godzilla. Like I was just completely on a different wavelength than whatever I thought I was going to do. But we did pretty good this year, I'd say. And I think I would change up a decent amount of my list too.
Yeah, the only book that kind of fell off for me was the Spider-Man 14.
Yeah.
And I still really want one because I think it's one of the best villains of all time, especially for Marvel. But there's something about buying a book right after you buy a copy that just doesn't feel new. You know what I mean? I'll circle around and get it eventually, but like I
There's a
gotta
waiting
give
period.
there's a little breathing room you gotta give it. I don't know. Do you feel that way? Like when I pick up a book?
Depends on how bad I want the book.
I feel like I try to get a book that neither of us have.
I do tend to do that, like I would say a good majority of the time. But if there's something I'm after and like you just got one, I'll be like, well, I still need it, bro. Like,
There is a lot of overlap. We have a lot of the same key issues.
yeah, definitely. I mean, objectively, we both want like the best books, so it's like inevitably we're going to get the same stuff. It's just, what path are we taking to get there, and then like just the personality differences and like what kind of stuff you're after. You're starting to get a little bit of like Flash stuff, but you don't got like no Thor stuff, and like I don't got like barely any Green Lantern stuff, stuff like that. We got our differences, but our lists aren't really that far off either. I mean, we're both looking at like some decent sized books. A lot of yours is well, pretty balanced. You had 2 Marvel, 2 DC on yours. Most of mine was Marvel, except for 2 of them. I don't know why that is. I'd like to think myself more of a DC collector, but then I'm like, I just got a lot of Marvel books, man.
I'm a very DC dominant collector, but now that I've gotten so much DC, I've actually been buying more Marvel lately just because I don't have as much of it comparatively.
How does it feel?
The
I feel
big
like,
tuna books feel great. The
yeah.
X-Men stuff feels pretty good too. I still prefer DC, but it kind of feels new.
Yeah, I was
This
gonna say, does it
Marvel
have like a
stuff.
different vibe?
It does because I guess it was kind of perfect timing on my part. Like the DC stuff started to get a little more expensive when like James Gunn was gonna like basically redo a lot of the DCU. But like before then, that DC stuff was really cheap. And now like
Yeah.
the Marvel stuff used to be very expensive, and now it's kind of slowing down, or you can find more of it now that there's a little lull in like the movie universe.
I do think that you probably timed it better.
Yes and no, because you just went straight Spider-Man.
I did go straight Spider-Man.
And like yeah, that paid off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like investing in like the stock market. It's just like I'm gonna do like like here's this much every 2 weeks, no matter what, no matter how high or low. That's what I just did with Spider-Man. I was just like, I'm buying high, I'm buying low. Who cares? I'm gonna have Spider-Man, bro. Like this stuff is ultimately, if it ebbs and flows, Spider-Man's is like recession proof. Is I'm gonna put a comic book. Everyone wants that, even when it's never not gonna be wanted. But it was it was a little money. It ain't cheap stuff, but time and place, you get a deal here or there. It was built over the years.
Well, you did
I
a
don't
good
know.
job, bro. burger.
Oh, thanks, bro. Whoa, I just zoomed out crazy style. Now I'm coming back in.
Woozy.
That's crazy. Maybe I could post that. But I'm just kidding. but yeah, I think it's a pretty good list. Obviously, our hit rate isn't great on it, but we get the equivalents. You guys hear about that. You can see pictures on the Instagram, plug in the middle. But getting out of that, I mean, that's our wish list from the beginning of the year. Seeing as how we didn't get many of these, do we want to ask Santa for one of these? Or do you have a different book for this season? You can get one book from Santa in his workshop. For some reason, he's got a copy on file, but he's going to give it to you in your stocking. What are you going to write to him? And you going to give him some cookies and milk with that?
I only get one book from Santa.
You get one book from Santa, but if you have a few options, you can talk about them. Because I have a couple. Because I have one that I need to ask Santa for to get it at this point. But I also got one for Santa to just get me that I'm after right now, but is eluding me. So I'd like him to just bring me one of those, please.
Just go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, dear Santa, I would love a Marvel Spotlight issue 5 because if I don't soon, it's going to be on every comic wish list year podcast from here on out because I can't seem to find one for a good price. So I need Santa to find me one. But if that's too much, that's my wish list, please. Otherwise, I'm going to ask him for a Life with Archie 41 because I got OCD about getting these Godzilla books and I found a good one for it. Well, it was low grade, but for a decent price. And I waited too long and it's gone. And now all the other ones are expensive with detached centerfolds or writing on them and all this other crap. But for those who don't know, it's the first unofficial Godzilla. It's in an Archie book. He's not named. It's just a giant lizard fighting a moth on the first page, which it is sick. Technically not official though. It's not it's a licensed or sanctioned appearance really, but obviously it's drawn in the style, so therefore it's desirable in some manner. The manga of it from the 50s obviously is the Grail of Godzilla books, but as far as American US comic book appearances, which I'll try to lock down first, this is the only one left to go with, Godzilla 1, which is the first solo series, and the Cinema Shares Godzilla vs. Megalon comic that I got. That's the first US official appearance, but this came out slightly before unofficially. So I'd like to get that because it's hard to come by. So if Santa could bring me either one of those this year, I'd be pumped. Otherwise, there is a good chance they'll both make my wish list this year, but we'll see. What did you ask for from Santa? What books at the tippy top there?
Dear Santa, I want you to be brave. I want you to be bold and get me a Brave and the Bold 54. First Teen
nice.
Titans. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
That'd be a cool Santa gift.
Yeah, something light, but something also substantial.
Yeah, meaningful. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Thanks, Santa.
Not too much. I don't want to ask too much of Santa.
Oh, I need Santa's help, bro.
See, this,
you know what I mean?
I wouldn't need Santa's help on, but I also don't want to pay for one myself.
That's fair. That's kind of how I feel with the Life with Archie. One will show up in a price that I could afford similar to the Brave and the Bold. That's a good choice, though.
Thank you, bro. And yes, there would be milk and cookies.
Has to.
Calder's milk.
Calder's milk?
Yeah, you think he likes that what's
2% whole?
No. What's worse than whole?
Do you mean raw?
Yeah.
You give Santa raw milk?
Do you think he'd like that?
Do you replace the cookies with raw beef or something? like some raw eggs? Santa's just getting yoked in foodborne illness.
You know what, bro? Yesterday for lunch I had a whole growler of beer and a pack of beef jerky. And I
That's
thought,
cool. Trucker life.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing.
But
sounds like you want gout, bro. That's how you get it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, if Santa wants some protein cookies and some raw milk, I'm his guy.
Yo, leaving Santa beer and jerky. I see what you're getting at, though. That could be pretty cool.
He could join me on that wavelength.
That's my Santa.
Hit the bench press with me.
That's sick.
I'd hang out with Santa.
No, for sure. Go to the Wheat and Rye. Santa would probably love it there.
I don't know. Those people are on the naughty list for me.
No. No.
Bro, hair in my food. A side of chili and cheese for my chili cheese fries.
I will say I had excellent service. I know he didn't, and we were at the same table.
I know, right?
That was crazy.
Some people just don't like me, bro.
Yeah. Your lifestyle's too complicated for him. He wants a burger, a drink, and chili cheese on the fries.
Who's this guy think he is?
Guy thinks he's a king. Cool. Well,
Whatever, bro. I don't need them.
yeah, no, we don't. But
I'm
we do
taking
need.
Santa somewhere else.
Yeah, Santa's going
I'm
elsewhere.
taking Santa to Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, wish the one by me was still open. Rest in peace. That's crazy.
I know.
Well, hopefully after we take Santa there, he'll put us on the good boy list, and we'll get these books that we asked for instead of a lump of CGC empty slabs. That's what bad collectors get at the end of the year. Bunch of plastic slabs have been cracked.
And a bunch of random issues of killing the children.
Yeah, it's not even the full name. That's how much we care about it.
Well, something.
Something is. It's probably the McDonald's.
RFK is the villain.
The something's killing the children. We gotta stop them from putting Red 40 in the children. Nobody eats Whole Foods. The kids need brainworms. He teams up with Mr. Mind to redo like the food pyramid that Michelle Obama did.
Now it sounds readable.
That sounds sick. We need to put RFK with Mr. Mind. The literal brainworm. Oh, that'd be sick. People, I mean, come on, dude. This is low-hanging fruit. How are they not thinking of this? They're leaving dollars on the table.
Low-hanging fruit, guys. Come on.
Facts. Well, I think that's an episode, right?
Yeah, I'd give you my top books this year, but we're probably going to save that for our last episode of the year.
Last or first, who cares? You're going to find out what we want soon enough.
Who cares? Who's counting?
Who's counting? Thanks for listening yet again. If you're new, welcome. Hope you stay a while. Take your shoes off. You can hang out. But you can find us on Instagram at CVJ Pod, Facebook at CVJ Podcast. It has a lot of the same posts as the Instagram. I would just go there. Rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars, tell people, do whatever you got to do. If you like it, sick, let us know. Talk to us. We like that. And yeah, got another episode coming for you. Getting into the holidays, but we ain't stopping. We don't take no breaks.
Lastly, what was your favorite Thanksgiving meal?
My favorite, like at Thanksgiving this year?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Favorite food at Thanksgiving this year?
Probably the barbecue meatballs. I'm a sucker for barbecue meatballs.
Your mom make those?
Yeah. Well, mom or dad, someone did. If I make them, you mean barbecue sauce and meatballs in a crock pot?
That's what's up.
That is what's up. That shit hits. Jazz is always about them too. Everyone loves them meatballs. Once upon a time, they used to be like Swedish. They used to have like that gravy and stuff. I prefer these much more. Just pick a barbecue sauce of your choice, put them in the crock pot. Ooh wee. You know, some mashed taters with them. Shit. Oh, I did make the green bean casserole too. Believe in green bean casserole here.
Big believer. That's
Yeah.
my favorite thing that we make.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How do you make yours?
I just do it the old French's way. I just use, some green bean, couple cans of the mushroom soup, some milk, some seasoning, some French fried onions. I just doing a straight basic. I ain't doing the gussied up version. I'm just doing the standard, the traditional. How you do yours?
I get like a pound of sharp white cheddar.
Oh,
Grind that by hand, bro.
nice.
And then we do the French cut green beans.
Oh,
I
wow.
prefer that to just the regular fresh cut.
Damn, the French ones.
The French ones taste better, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Same price. I get 2 little cans of them mushroom pieces. I get 2 cans of cream of mushroom.
Yeah.
And then I top it with the French onions and some Parmesan.
Nice. I don't think we got the cheese involved like you do.
I didn't get the milk involved.
We use the milk instead of the cheese. I think that's the only difference. I literally think it was like 4 ingredients other than unless you count separate seasonings, like it's the basics stuff.
Yeah, but
We use the trenches.
we ruined the bird this year. I'm just hoping we get a redemption next year.
Oh no.
That
What
we're allowed
happened?
to host.
The bird wasn't succulent?
No, it just sucked. It was dry, bro. We did everything right. I lubed that thing up with like 4 sticks of butter too. The
Oh,
problem is that I forgot that when you take it out of the oven, it's still like the internal
Cooks.
temperature is rising. We waited until it was like officially 165, but we probably could have pulled it out at 150.
Y'all vent that bastard for the last quarter?
We just pulled it out and just kept
Was she wrapped? Was she just raw dogging?
no, wrapped it in bacon.
What about foil?
No foil, just bacon. But that's always worked in the past, bro. I think we just put it in there a little too long.
So
Yeah.
now you might not be able to host no more.
Yeah, maybe not, bro. We'll see. I'll let you guys know
Damn.
next year.
This is like King of the Hill when someone else tries to use his grill.
True.
That's mine.
But
I'll
all
do
right, guys.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I don't want to get too sad and on a
Yeah,
sad
dude.
note.
He's visibly like more upset than he was.
I've had a long day. I've been up
Yeah.
since 5:30 in the morning.
Oh
You're
hell
like with
no.
Black Friday shoppers and get these shoes stolen from me and
That's crazy, bro.
yeah, bro. I'm just it's not one for the books.
Damn, well you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, but I
We've
love you
already
boys. Yeah, I still had to record one.
hell yeah. And that's how you end an episode. We'll catch you next time.
Later, guys.